Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. I'm gonna have to use this messed up microphone because it's a lot of work to use the other microphone, and sometimes it has clicking sounds. Sometimes this one even does. It's very strange how that works. But I'm just gonna use this one. I apologize for that. I've gone through so many microphones. Let's just get into this. So the terror attack in Michigan recently is something I don't approve of. And I brought up that Snoop Dogg had made a rap song. Bear with me, you'll see it's connected, where it says "Run." The rap song is called "Run" or something "Run," and it has Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and 50 Cent. And I said I felt like it was aimed at me. Okay, and later on, I saw another video with Snoop and Michael Jackson, and then another video with 50 Cent saying "Last warning." And then there was a Papoose response, which had some stuff aimed at me too, where it's talking about crab in a barrel. So 50 Cent was aiming some of his insults at T.I., who looks like a crypto Jew version of how I naturally look or something, a more Jewish, like smaller. There's differences, but there's a lot of similarities in his face and some of the pictures I've had historically, what have you. And T.I. stands for targeted individual, okay, in terms of in the T.I. community, not in terms of his name as a rapper. It stands for Tip or something like this. And he has a son named King Harris. Goes back to Harry and William. There's connections there because I'm the King of Kings, and there's a Game of Thrones TV show. If you've been following this case for a while, you see my occult wordplay list. You'll see that it's sound. Wordplay is a very common part of Western culture, right? Together to get her. Laughter is slaughters scrambled. And there's a lot of other words, right? Food is faux do, meal, melee, grub, g-rub, house, ho use, home, homie. And there's all kinds of, stuff like that, right? Police code, gospel, ghost spell, magic spell, spelling, okay? So that's an established part of Western culture here, especially in America. Especially in America, the UK, very much established. Now, the other wordplay that we see is very critical here, okay? And there's a lot of stuff. Recently, I saw a video by some Sereno or something in San Jose, and the street sign, it said Maria. And I've been talking about Maria Mello, and I've connected that to Mello Buck's album release party shooting in Chicago, and I connected that to the Marissa Di Napoli stabbing, where she was killed in Morgan Hill, back where I used to live. And the two, Marissa is scrambled as Maria's, and Mello Bucks, right? So Maria Mello was this female, broke my heart back in high school, and it's a very significant event in this case. Keep in mind that the occultists are obsessed with me because I'm the top martial artist, and martial is marital scrambled, and I, Christ, am the bridegroom. And I've gone over this many times. Many people from the churches have conceded. Many people have bowed down to me over the years, and it's not the way they would bow down to an occultist or something. They bow down to me because I am the Son of God, and I have some of those things on record. People walking by and bowing down, right? And they're targeting me. Okay, target is plain words for tar, get. And tar, second word baby, is a derogatory term for black people. And we'll see that in a moment here when we get to this person whose last name is the N-word scrambled. You'll see how it all comes together, and it couldn't possibly be a coincidence. So I'm kind of worn out right now from all the fuming and poisoning. But the first name is Jennifer Runyon. Runyon Ya, right? Jennifer Runyon Ya. Now, the run goes back to the Snoop Dogg song Run. And I've been wearing boots here, even though it's not the winter time anymore. Oh, it's technically still the winter, according to my mom. She says it ends on the 20th. I don't really keep track of stuff like that. So, I haven't looked it up, and I have a lot to do. So I'm going to shoot through this. I'm going to skip over some of the wordplay, even though it's pretty significant because I have a lot to do. When the FBI wants to send a team or people want to come and volunteer their time to help me out, then I'll go through the wordplay more. But I'm really worn out, and I'm not very happy about these things here, and how I'm being treated and so on and so forth. Okay, and I have a lot to do, and I have to focus on my religious studies and stuff like this on my way out of this planet as being fumed and poisoned to death. I have more important things to do than to play this stupid wordplay game, but it's part of the story of them harassing and why they're killing people and people's loved ones when they get attacked and when they die. I'm sure they want to know what happened here. So you also have this person named Dale Young. Dale is lady scrambled with an E instead of a Y, and Young going back to Maria. Okay. Now, Maria connects to the Virgin Mary, it connects to Mary Magdalene, it connects to a lot of things. And I want to, again, if people want to work with me, I'll go ahead and dictate to them. And as this thing comes along, I'll speak on it and they can write it down and they can present it for me, what have you. Okay. But under these circumstances, I'm going to have to give you the short version. So I'm going to have to give you the short version. Keep in mind, this happened at the same time where Iran was threatening to do drone strikes in California, right? And then they said it was a false alarm or something. And the Iranian consulate is here in Southfield, in the same city I live. Back in Morgan Hill, there was an Iranian consulate. In Gilroy, I'm pretty sure there wasn't. In so many cities, there's not, but there just happens to be one here. And there has to be a significant Iranian community here. And the biggest Iranian community, from what I've seen in the news, is back in terms of in America, is back in Los Angeles, back in California, the state that I was born in, the state I moved from. Okay. So the suspect's name was Ayman, right? The I, how you see things, Ayman, right? Muhammad Ali, who's a famous boxer, right? And he's named after somebody and so on and so forth. I forget who it is, but what they're referring to is my top martial arts challenge. Therefore, when you see the last person's name on the screen, okay, whose last name scrambled is the N-word, a derogatory term for black people, right, meaning ignorant, they want black people to not be into martial arts. That's why you don't know very many, if any, famous and very maybe not sophisticated, but very advanced, maybe not advanced, very refined and handsome and heroic martial arts. The Michael J. White is not that. Wesley Snipes is not that. John Jones, Daniel Cormier, they're not that. They're presented as like brutes who need to be taught, you know, instead of the masters. Like, I'm the king of kings, the master of masters. They cannot overcome my style. They can't beat me. Okay, mind, body, soul, and spirit. I'm the top martial artist. Right? Hebrew is an Afro-Asiatic language. The Afro first, right? Ham begot Cush, Cush begot Nimrod. Nimrod was the mighty warrior for the Lord. But there's a bunch of racist worms, just jealous, petty, sniveling geek, right? Greek society. No offense to the Greek people. Just punks. Just these sickening child molesters and their allies. And yes, it centers around me. For those of you who want to say something stupid like, he has delusions of grandeur, I'm a brain surgeon's son. You think I got to make this up? Why would I make this up? I'm a brain surgeon's son. This isn't brain surgery. My family's from the royal family of the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. That's the tribe of Dr. Martin Luther King. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at Igbos. I've gone over this before. Okay, that's his tribe. Okay, why on earth would I make this up? Manifest destiny, the ships manifest the cargo of the slaves. Okay? Yes, I'm right. And yes, there's some sniveling bitches, some frat pussies. And I despise them. So you also have Mike Boucher, right? OBUC draw. OB means King Heart Hut Essence Center Temple Core in the Igbo language. And the word OBI is Igbo spelled backwards. Igbo spelled IBO, EBO, and IGBO, where the G is silent. So his last name, so it's OB Card, goes back to Card. I have someone in my family who has a name that's like that, we'll say, who's trying to sell my car back in California. Okay, and they've been messing with me about that, how much it's going to sell for, and how they can remotely hack it and sabotage the process, and da 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 da. I'm in a bad financial situation. It's a long story why that is. Not a big fan of talking about it, but it's part of what's going on here, and I'm a grown man, and there you go. If you think that you should make fun of me for that or give me a hard time for that, welcome to America, where they hold the black man down, even the brain surgeon's son, even Jesus, even the top martial arts, you name it. Now, then you got this guy named Stephen, whatever the hell his name is. His last name is the N-word scrambled. Okay, there's more to this case. Again, I've made thousands of videos over the year. I've been fumed and poisoned and treated in a rather despicable manner. I'm sure a lot of people even working on this case don't approve of it. I've been treated so poorly, so poorly. Okay, there's no excuse for that. As I scrambled my whole life to do what's right, especially the last 17 years making these videos, I've been treated very poorly. My father's humanitarian, been treated very poorly. He's been crippled. They've messed with him. They've messed up his feet and his hands. My family's been treated very poorly. But you think I would rewind the time and do something stupid like not serve God? No, I'm very proud to have served God. I could be on a cross right now and I wouldn't regret serving God for a moment. Okay, so you have Snoop and Justin Timberlake in the We Connect video. You have Papoose, where he talks about 50 Cent in response, and they're using that to kind of send me bits and pieces of code, to kind of get at me, to insult me, where the song's called Agent Provocateur. That's how he gets at him, right? Already had the TI, which is a famous saying in the targeted individual community, which has grown rather large in recent years, right? The gang stalk and targeted community, targeted individual community with the Havana syndrome and so on and so forth. And then you had the We Connect, okay? Also, you have the 50 Cent Last Warning and the Wu Tang video that came out recently called Shaolin Code, keyword code. Okay, so I guess they wanted me to see that Sierra Lamar was similar to Maria Mello. And Sierra Lamar is a pun which for Aries, meaning Haro Eri, the son of God. In Igbo mythology, Aries, the son of God as well, the Skywalker. Like Haro Aries is a form of Horus in Egyptian mythology. And of course, they misrepresent him in the description because they've kind of lied about history for various reasons, for various political groups and what have you, right? Now, and it's white, Jewish, and LGBT washed narratives. So I'm sure you people have picked up on that by now, whoever is listening to this here. So again, Sierra Lamar, see Aries lay Ram, and you also get Mars scrambled in there. Mars is a deity of rape and war in Roman mythology, where you get the root term for the word martial arts, right? And I'm just going to wrap this up pretty quickly. Just one last thing. In the Keisha video that I went over recently, that was titled Cannibal on Taylor Alicia's channel. She makes videos. She's like this female says she's Christian. I came across her videos maybe last year or so. And I started watching them once in a while. In that video, there's the idea of this female eating males because she's some kind of lesbian feminist or something that hates males, or she's gotten her heart broken or whatever that's about here. And it very much connects to the occult. And I went over that recently in this long video, how it connects to Dionysus and how the fruits for the Dionysian harvest can be the fruit of the womb when you connect it to the Bible, and how this Greco-Roman mythology is connected to a greater religious system. That's why the religions are so similar, right? Hinduism through Zalmexis and Dionysus and so on and so forth connects to Greco-Roman mythology and Christianity. This like it's a long story why that is, but there's a reason why Shiva is like Pan and Bacchus and Dionysus, and how these things connect to King Solomon's temple in the Bible and the satyrs, and why the satyrs are depicted like the devil with the horns, and satyr is a play on words for Saturn, right? Who is a deity that is Zeus's father who ate his children, and that connects also to the Keisha video with the cannibalism, but it's figurative, okay? And to make a long story short, it connects to the movie Romeo Must Die, right? They don't like heterosexual appeal. This one feminist professor in Melbourne, Australia, or something said that she wanted to destroy heterosexual desire for white and feminist supremacy, okay? And for LGBT supremacy. Okay, that's what she was getting at, that part of the women's rights movement, which connects to the LGBT rights movement and, the establishment, corporate sponsored feminism, was to destroy heterosexual desire. And so a lot of these feminists are lesbian. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. I've gone over a lot of stuff here. It's going to be a pain to upload this video. I've decided, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to stop going over the wordplay, because people are going to accuse me of being crazy. It's a lot of work. It's a pain. I have like 6 different clips here. I have a bunch of pictures I have to upload, and I've made many videos over the years. I'm like somebody who, tomorrow. Oh wow, the power just went off here. That's not good.